inside to make for Brian.
It'll just be a phone call. So when she does, because I haven't seen her much this month because she's working out of town. So that's about the only time we have to talk. When she's home, we're not talking. You don't bring
I hope that makes it in the cut.
Yeah, it does.
It will. Hey,
so when Brian's wife's home,
it's a good time.
Talk to Brian.
It's a good time.
This is a Mattos Designs production.
Like your line, I like your prices. There's a problem. There's no guarantee on the box.
You can't hang out with chickens and expect to soar with eagles.
And here are your hosts,
JR and Brian.
And I am not done. Part 5.
Welcome to another episode of the Professional Triers, where Brian still has not changed his shirt.
It's a different shirt.
Oh, you have that many?
Oh, I have a lot of shirts.
Maybe that's why your wife doesn't talk to you, because you don't change your clothes.
My address is I wear a 2X. Oh. I have a ton of shirts.
Everybody's going to send you the wrong team if you give out your address.
Like Bobby. You know, Bobby sent me a Bills Mafia shirt.
We the Mafia. We the Mafia. We the Mafia.
I'm like, seriously, dude?
I don't know if you guys heard,
no fixing that.
But there's a New York Mini.
Somebody change the subject.
And it's a destination.
Are you trying to be
Look at this guy, like 2 seconds.
Button right into our conversation. What?
Jesus.
California people. My God, I'm surrounded by them.
David, please.
See, you even have a button.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Button. Anyways, we have David Peace, who interrupted himself here. And we have Shane, who I always screw up his last name, so I'm not even going to attempt it. So he'll get to tell you when he talks. But because I'm bad at words. But we're going to talk about the SoCal Mini, the Friday and Saturday activities, and then the Sunday activity is going to be its own show because there was an earthquake and a hurricane, and it was its own show. So let's get into it. And if you could tell, I kind of have a cold, so Brian's going to try to talk more, which we'll see how that goes. Maybe David will talk more.
Everybody's a talker.
Are you going to do anything, Brian?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was in my head. No, there is not going to be any lack of talking on here, especially with David and Shane and JR. So I think JR just lost it. I was muting my phone and thinking out loud. Doggone it. Hate when that happens. So, Shane, you are like the man now.
Wait, what was it before?
With the whole SoCal holiday lighting enthusiasts. I know I got that wrong.
Yes.
You got it right.
Yes,
Did I get that right?
Mm-hmm.
You did.
All right. I'm done. You all have a good night.
All right.
Did your wife call? That was awfully quick.
Oh, not yet. Doggone it. Come on, lady. Want to get off?
Oh,
exactly. That is what I knew was going to happen.
Oh, it has been a long day and lack of sleep last night. So sorry, I'm going to be a little giddity.
Oh, I have a speech impediment.
Giggity, I'm always jiggly, but a little giddity. But Shane, please don't let JR interrupt you again.
I don't even remember what I was saying. Something about Christmas lights, I think.
So yeah, you're like the man now, kind of filling the shoes of David, setting it up.
Yeah, kind of inherited the SoCal Mini Christmas group and the Mini from David. As David's gone on to devote more time to experience lights. So I'm kind of filling that void down.
And doing a great job.
Yes, definitely. It was very awesome. Now go back to the history of the Southern Cal, because the last one I remember, or the first one I went to, was at Monster. So how many years have you guys been doing it?
So this last one, our fifth Mini. We skipped a year because of COVID. But our first two were at Monster Energy headquarters in Corona. One of our members is works there, and they let us use their break room. And I think we had 30 people maybe the first time, and about 50 to 60 for the second one, and we outgrew that room really quick. It was awesome. They had all the Monster Energy you could drink. So there's a bunch of Christmas light nerds running around, full of caffeine. So it was a good time. But yeah, we outgrew that one. Then COVID happened. We skipped a year. Then our third year was at the Electro Bikes headquarters, which Chad Meyer rigged up for us. And that was a great venue, really cool location. But again, we outgrew that one really quick too. And then we used, for the fourth year, we used David Peace's hookup at the California Center for the Arts in Escondido, who got us a good deal on the convention center there. And that was an amazing venue. We loved that one as well. So yeah, we had, I think, 9,000 square feet of classroom size and a whole vendor area. Dedicated vendor area, vendor hall, and dedicated classrooms. And yeah, it was just a great, beautiful venue, included lunch and everything. And yeah, I loved it there. So we did that again this time. And again, it's starting to feel a little crowded in there again. So
I think you're outgrowing this one too. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I gotta give you props because David was running this for, I don't know, so long, but you now created it as the world's largest mini. So
That's right.
David could never do that.
Damn!
And now you did it. So
yeah, I couldn't have done it without David's help. He still helps a lot in the background too. So and keeps
I
me
don't
on
know if that's
track.
help, but
Yeah,
Moral support.
right.
more of do it this way.
That's why we're really happy that Florida decided to name themselves a mega mini. They're like, no, we're not a mini. Like, all right, guys, you're not a mini. So that means SoCal's the biggest in the world.
That's awesome.
Right.
Until Tennessee makes the biggest in the world.
True. Carolina, I mean, you can't beat, NASCAR weekend. And
Oh, yeah, you haven't missed
It's just, I mean, you got some competition coming up.
Yeah, we planned the new Carolina Mini. It's going to be the NASCAR week of Mini.
Hey, I'm Ricky Bobby. Christmas is right around the corner.
Yeah.
We're going to put it at a racetrack and everything. We told Russell how to do it.
The Christmas NASCAR experience. I can see it now.
It's going to be fast. Oh, it's going to be an
Oh,
experience.
cha-ching. See, David just heard cha-ching.
Yeah.
We're going to have to pay him again.
See, that reminds me, we may have to revisit the before COVID. We planned the West Coast Christmas experience. It was a 2-day event at
Yeah, Brandon.
where was? Yeah,
We're gonna have to hit a Brandon, reopen that conversation.
yeah,
'cause
that
that
was an amazing venue.
That was going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did David did a promo video for it and everything, but it fell apart when COVID hit.
Yeah. That
So-
might
Damn you.
that might
we
be
would
the
just
next world's largest Mini location.
Yep.
Could be, yeah. We'll have to
Yeah, the nice
to shop
thing
around
about
the-
that is it can hold 300 people easy, and it's free 99, and it's armed to the teeth with every DMX fixture you could possibly imagine. So it's pretty rad.
That would be
Nice.
pretty cool. So let's get into this Mini since we went over the history and possibly the future. Let's talk about Friday night. I know, Shane, you had a lot to do with where we went to Friday night, and I actually was pretty excited to see some of my pixels at this place. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, Penny Pickles Workshop. It's the Temecula Children's Museum. It's a like a STEM focused children's museum, hands-on type stuff, a lot of kind of steampunky-ish stuff laying around. It's just an open space you can go around, run and play, and it's just an amazing thing. The director there, she came across this old haunted mansion that was designed by Ken Forsey, who went on to invent Teddy Ruxpin later on back in the 80s. But he built this model back in the 60s, I think, and it sat in someone's basement for like 50 years, and they recovered it, and they wanted to put it on display. And she reached out to me and said, "Hey, can you put some lights on this for us?" Like, hell yeah, of course. Yeah, so it was awesome. I went over there, lit it up, and just kind of fell in love with the place. So I've been volunteering there as often as I get any free time to kind of fix it up and bring some of the exhibits up to date and do some repairs. And opportunity came along. I was like, hey, I just wanted to show it off to everybody, I guess. So I asked her, could we maybe host a party here? And before I could even finish, she was like, yes, bring them out. We'll buy them food. We'll do this and that. So yeah, we put that together. I know it's kind of far for people to drive, but we got a lot of positive feedback. We had a good turnout there, and I think the nice thing was we were able to get some kids and families involved as well, instead of just the grown-ups. So that's something I've been kind of wanting to do for a while now, is getting like some sort of family picnic or some sort of get together, because I see bored kids at all the minis. So I wanted something for them to do and get the families involved.
Yeah, no, that place was cool.
It was very cool.
The projector room was kind of trippy cool, and it was a lot of projectors for that tiny little room, but it was amazing.
Yeah, I think Jordan counted like a dozen.
Yeah, I was gonna say they counted them up, and it was in double digits with the amount of projectors that were in there. But it was so interactive, though. It took you to what you clicked on. Oh God, now I'm gonna forget. Like Space Odyssey, and then it took you, to there. It was really neat. I cannot.
Yeah, it's almost like the hologram deck from Star Trek, or kind of reminded me of that. But yeah,
recorded this earlier,
cool
Brian, when I remembered more.
No, it was super cool, but somebody else was doing the buttons. I was just, when we were going through there, Shane, somebody else was doing the buttons, and they picked some place to go, and I couldn't remember what it was.
Well, I don't know. Everyone's pushing buttons there. That's what it's for.
But yeah, it was, every single one of those rooms were very unique in their own way. It was, because there was, how many rooms are in there if you go on the designated path?
No, I don't think there is a designated path, but there's at least 6 or 7 different rooms that are all very unique. They're all kind of themed to
They were closed, right? Like it was a private party. They weren't open to the public.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, they normally close at 5, so this was a private party just for us.
So what was super cool about this place is like they did all these demonstrations too. Like the ladies that work there, like put on their little lab coat things and like did all this stuff for the kids and stuff too. And it was just for us. So it was super cool of them to like do all this stuff, because they were doing something when we were in there watching Jordan put projection mapping on that little building. And then they were doing something, but then I left to go see the projection room. But I thought it was pretty cool that they were doing all that stuff just for us and the kids that were there. That was pretty awesome.
It sounded at first like you were saying you had to look after Jordan, which also made sense, because you have to keep an eye on that guy.
What are you talking about? Like put an air tag in his pocket? Just
got to put an air tag on.
We don't have access to his air tag.
Yeah, and I asked Jordan to do a little projection mapping demo there on the Haunted Mansion, and he knocked it out of the park. In like 30-45 minutes. He created a little 20-second loop that just looked amazing.
That is the second time that Jordan has done some on-the-spot projection mapping at a Friday event at the SoCal Mini. Because last year he did the bar sign.
Oh, that's right.
With a ladder in the middle of a bar.
That's right.
Yeah, kilowatt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was another cool, like SoCal, I'm not going to lie, like it's not close to me, so it's technically not my mini. Like it's not my local one, but they got some pretty cool like before events, and the SoCal Mini is pretty cool by itself. But like last year was the bar that is all RGB and like sequenced when you order a special drink and stuff like that. And then this one was like this children's museum, but used a lot of our stuff and tech in it and stuff that we do, and they fed us for free, and it was very cool. So SoCal's winning on the pre-event, like a party thing. It's pretty cool. It's not a cruise ship fun, but it's cool.
They even brought out root beer floats, so that was all worth it right there.
Carrot juice.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Right.
They brought them out right next to me, so I was able to get one.
That made me sad.
Yeah, we were all a little sad that you weren't there.
So just to put it in,
who moves on the day of your SoCal Mini?
the day before. Just to put it in perspective, on Sunday night when I got home from Disney, I slept, no joke, for 36 hours straight. I went to bed on Sunday evening and I woke up on Tuesday morning.
David, what went wrong?
That's how tired I was.
I wish I had that kind of time, but David,
Right.
that kind of time.
Even if my phone was off, it would have been somehow it would have turned on just to go off and wake me up. So
I couldn't even sleep that long.
no.
It's the most tired I've been physically, mentally, emotionally in my entire life.
And you went home early from Disneyland.
Well, not super early.
Yeah, we all waited. Well, not all of us, because the other people went home earlier. But you went home early of the other group. We stayed till it closed, and they told us to leave.
We're jumping ahead. I
know
ahead.
that's a whole nother episode. But I'm just giving you crap for leaving early, and then I slept for 36 hours.
Yeah.
So Friday night event was cool. They gave it to this group for free and fed us and gave us root beer floats, and it was pretty awesome. I almost bought Brian a lab coat from that place, but I didn't think they had his size.
No.
Very tempted.
Fat man in a little coat. How's
I was
that
also
go?
looking for stuff for my kids to make them happy. So we did all that Friday night, and then Saturday morning, kind of early. Well, at least for Brian got there before me. I feel bad.
Well, we did Friday afternoon.
Oh,
We did set up, so
yeah, we set up
had
Friday.
everything all ready to go Friday. So
yeah. But then I got there right before it started, and then I think David got there. Did David get there before me or after me? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I opened the doors, so
okay. Well,
I was there.
He didn't set up his booth, so me and
there.
Russell set up the Experience Lights booth.
Yeah. I think somebody was manning it for a while because he wasn't there yet.
Russell
I kept trying to make excuses to Shane, like, dude, I don't need a booth. I really don't need a booth because I didn't want to set one up.
Well, you didn't. Me and Russell set it up for you. It's cool.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, I was in back the whole time programming boards while people were talking.
Yes. With a printer at his table too.
With a printer.
Yep. With a printer.
Okay, so let's start with the SoCal Mini. Everybody got there. They got their swag bags and necklaces and badges. And
thanks for supplying those, by the way. A lot of goodies in there.
I didn't do that for rep. I did that to help the community. So
Holiday Coro was our premier sponsor.
Yes. Don't make me cough.
Look at that. We almost lost him on that, David. No more of that stuff.
God. So you guys did the opening in the big room with everybody, and that room was packed.
Yeah, it was.
That was
standing room only.
Yep.
That was very impressed. There was a lot of people in there. It was definitely
we had an awesome turnout.
Yeah, so we had 170 this year, which is pretty rad.
Yeah,
which was more than the backpacks
turnout
brought.
And you only had a small handful that didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was really impressive. Normally you see like a ton of badges left on the table after everybody's already come through. And there was very few. I mean, like less than 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That didn't actually make it.
It was just a few. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was very impressive.
Which was pretty cool because also going on during this event was apparently a hurricane coming. So there was people that were freaking out, figuring out how they're going to get home and all this stuff at the event. And I'm
all
sure
the locals were like, no, this is not.
Yeah.
Not going to be anything.
Well, I
But
don't
the
know.
airports
Down
were
there and
shutting.
I'm like,
Yeah. The airports were shutting down. I mean, before it was even close, they were.
No airport shut down.
Now, they were canceling flights.
There were a couple of flights canceled.
Yeah. The flights even went to go leave.
Yeah.
Because Cecilia's flight was canceled, but then they brought it back, but she changed it to another flight and went to change it back, and they wouldn't let her change it back. So then she just drove home with me on Monday. It was a pain.
I don't like backseat drivers.
But
oh, jeez.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a single drop of rain that day.
No, but I'm saying, like, there was a threat of a hurricane, and they still had almost everybody show up to this, which was very impressive.
Yeah.
Because that's how cool of an event it was, and most people down there know
it's so fun.
Get a hurricane.
The thing that I'm most proud of with the event, and with how Shane's managed everything is it is a big event, and with big events comes stress and complexity, and nobody's ever stressed, nobody's upset, like everybody's still having fun.
It flowed.
It flows well.
Yeah.
So again, kudos to Shane. It was, when you're not stressed out with a big event like that, that just means everything's really, really well put together. So
well, and I don't think most people know this, but it's like 90% Shane doing all of this.
Damn!
More than that.
Well, I was trying to be nice to you, David, but I'm pretty sure it's all of Shane doing it. But like, it's a one-man show doing this whole thing.
He needs help.
SoCal people, I don't believe it should be a one-man show. So if you're in the SoCal area, why don't you hit up Shane and be like, hey, I can help with figuring out teaching people, or I can make sure the vendors are cool or whatnot. He should do it all. I
was going to ask Shane,
but he doesn't need to do it all.
So the problem is, and I'm going to say this publicly, is when you get volunteers, the chances of them actually following through is so low. So only volunteer if you're willing to own it. So like that means that like you don't need to like wait for Shane to tell you to do something. Like you got it. Like we need people to own education, and you go out and you find people. Own raffles, you go out and you find raffles. Like we need self-starters, not flakes.
Yeah. So yeah, again, that was one of my big afterthoughts was we definitely need to set up some sort of committee to
which that just made me remember nothing. Sorry, Shane, I felt like I dropped the ball here, but I think this is the first year in quite a few years that I didn't get sponsors for the mini.
No,
I totally forgot about it. I'm sorry. I'm usually pretty good about getting giveaways.
Yeah. We didn't have any sponsors this year. We had a lot of people brought prizes and stuff, but this was completely self-funded as well.
Well, no, I meant the prizes. I used to help David with that, or I just used to tell David we had these prizes.
Yeah, and we didn't really actively pursue prizes this year either. Again, because a lot of them, as much as we appreciate people donating sequences and gift cards, a lot of them just get left behind. So it's a lot to manage.
I had a box full from last year.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't really pursue as many prizes as aggressively as we did in the past year. So there wasn't a whole lot to give away.
No, but I think still people were happy. It was good.
Yeah, and we had that discussion after last year as well. We did, a post-action survey, and a lot of people said they weren't really interested in prizes. They just wanted to go for the education in the community. So,
very cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your opening, because I thought that was pretty impressive. I've never knew all the stuff that he did. And then that he shared it all with SoCal was pretty amazing.
You forgot his name, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Him.
What's his name, JR? Don't tell him. What's his
Jeffrey
name?
Holmes. I did not make
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay. I was trying to like build it up so you guys could announce who it is, but David's gotta be like, "What's his name?" I have his phone number in my phone. I didn't forget his name.
Yeah, Jeff was amazing. I was so glad we got him. I know I'd seen the Tree of Fire before, and I was like, that is awesome. I didn't know who he was, but David actually recruited him. He started a campaign where I think 60 or 70 people messaged him directly one time and convinced him to come out. So I'm glad that worked out because he was awesome.
I made a Facebook post and hid it from him so everybody else could see it, but Jeff Holmes could not see it. And I said, you need to send this guy a message and say, come to the SoCal meeting. And about 30 minutes later, he texts me, what did you do?
I remember.
Yeah, I know he had a lot of travel issues as well, and a lot of last minute stuff popped up, but he kept his commitment to us instead of bailing, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, and his presentation and the things he was talking about were, I've been to a lot of stuff and I've never heard that stuff, especially from him, because he's been doing some stuff lately, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. I was never thought of things that way. It was very impressive. I liked it.
Yeah. He's such a good speaker.
And
Yeah, he
also
is
at the
very
SoCal
well.
Mini, I had a vendor booth thing, right? And I was able to go to it. It was very nice. I got to go to something at one of these.
Wait, I thought there was a rule
nice.
that you had to stay at your booth
No,
no matter what.
Well, he has employees for that.
Yeah. No, nobody
No,
was
we
in the
were all
booth.
in
We
there.
were all in there.
we all wanted to see Jeffrey.
Yeah. No, it was good. And like Jackie was sitting next to me, and like everybody from the vendor hall got to go to this. It wasn't like you had to be in there the whole time. It was very SoCal-ish of an event, and I liked it.
Good.
Nobody got
glad
mad
everyone-
if you weren't in your booth or anything like that. It was great. It was fun.
I'm glad we got max participation on that. I think that was a special speech. I really enjoyed that one.
Yes, very cool. And then he gave everybody a cell phone number, kind of, to text him.
Oh, a link to set an appointment or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really cool of him too.
Yeah. So why don't you go through all the classes and stuff that you guys had and the stuff you got to do?
I don't know, because I didn't get to go to any of them.
Here,
But you had
I'll
a
pull up the
theme with
schedule.
everything, though.
But yeah, so
There's-
yeah, we tried to set up a theme, like an overarching idea or and this year it was audience engagement is what I called it. And the idea was to discuss ideas and conversations about how to engage your audience instead of just having them kind of sitting in a parked car across the street, how to get them out of the car, dancing and interacting, taking pictures, all the stuff that we love to see people do.
It was very cool.
Not like they do in Montana.
Montana.
Stay in their car. I don't want them to get out. You're gonna freeze.
You don't know what they're doing in the car.
Oh, no comment. I used to invite the kids out to hand out candy canes. I don't anymore.
Yeah.
So weird.
Hey, it's dark. It's Montana. Got to stay warm. You know.
David, did
Yeah.
you up the whole schedule to save Shane from messing up because it's been a while? He didn't get to sleep for 36 hours like you did. You should be fresh and ready.
I do have the schedule up. Yeah. So we had Gil Jones came out. That was awesome. He had a bunch of updates to the moving head plugin. I even put on his badge. I made your X Lights 3D. You're welcome. We had Bill Gressens. He's a SoCal guy. He did an electrical foundations class. Ben Shaver came out again. I love this guy. He's a FPP developer as well. Works with Extreme Lightscapes. Did a class on FPP and gave out, I think gave out a controller or two to people that were in his class.
I think it was a Wally's controller or something he gave away.
Yeah, and I think some receivers too. Yeah, he's always bringing stuff and just giving them away. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We had Rich Barron, Haunt 101. Was he from the Haunt side?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we invited keeping with that theme, we invited some of the SoCal haunters. SoCal's got a huge haunt community that build home haunts, and they're amazing, and they're all very interactive and engaging. So we kind of invited them to share some of those ideas and techniques, how to engage people.
I wanted to meet him and talk to him, but I never got a chance to.
He's a great guy.
Because he does a lot of stuff with the motors and stuff, and I was like, hey, let me give you some motors to go play with, but we never got to have that conversation. Kind of busy talking to people, and I think he left early. Might have.
No, he was at the dinner.
No,
but he might have left the place early. And I didn't know he was at dinner because I would have talked to him at dinner. I was too busy drinking and eating churros. Anyways, we'll get to that. Ed.
You're mother birding me.
You know what? That would have been if it was very successful, but it didn't work. So, the other cool thing. Wait, no, we went and thought. Never mind. We'll go on to this. You should
Was
probably
there other classes?
What else? Yeah,
Yeah, so we had going from hobby to commercial. So Vinny Bittinger and Maggie, they came out from the land of gross hamburgers, Nebraska. Russell McFarland, he's probably the longest traveler. This is his second year coming out. Did a class on physical security.
Yeah, we pretty much had everybody that was cool. Just playing.
They were all very cool.
Yeah.
Vinny got to do his class. I was worried that they left.
Mhm.
So it was like right after his class he left.
They left with Bree right after his class, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
All
right after they were
all the
done.
people that were from out of town were like, nope, we're out of here.
Yeah, and I was trying to tell him, I was like, it's not gonna be that bad.
Not happening.
That
I'm
bad.
riding this storm out, baby.
Phoenix and catch the flight we were gonna be on tomorrow, the connecting one. I'm like, it's not gonna be that bad. Like, but then if it is that bad, what if it turned that way? Like that would suck to drive through that, but wasn't mine. I was like, all right, have fun.
Never got a notice on my phone, so I'm like, I don't leave until Monday anyways, and that was Monday afternoon at that, so I didn't even care.
I think there was one point where that we got the emergency message and like everybody's phone in the whole hall.
Oh,
went
at the
off
restaurant,
once.
everybody's went off. Yep.
Was it? Yeah.
Yep.
So they had all the great classes. We did the great photo.
Mhm.
And the cool thing too is we had our editor guy there, which was awesome. And he was going around filming everything. So like at this point right now in the podcast, he's gonna put like this montage of like all SoCal in it. And it's
Oh, sweet.
see
Yeah, he got a ton of B-roll. So
on a printer printing things right there and flashing boards in the back of classes because
Oh, did
but yeah, so at this point in the podcast, you're gonna see this great like video of all the cool stuff at SoCal.
So is this when we say, oh my gosh, that was so good. He did such a good job. That video was amazing.
Amazing. Love it.
yeah, Ron does amazing work, and why is everybody tall?
He's
Holy cow.
and he's a professional golfer.
Yeah.
Professional.
Yeah, and he had a shirt on about Brian that I did not know of, but he's like Brian's big fan, and I don't know understand it.
I had no idea he was going to be wearing that shirt until he took his sweatshirt off. And I've been helping him for the last 2 or 3 years. And Matt Poole in Kansas City actually introduced us because Matt Poole was getting rid of his show because he was moving, and it went to Ronnie Ladd. And so I've been helping him throughout the last few years with his show. And I used to have it in here. My daughter stole it. This past spring, he got me a sweatshirt that says Sensei McVay on it, and it's got the beard with the dude with the glasses, and I mean, it was really cool. And I'm like, wow, this is totally unexpected. This is super awesome.
Sensei.
And then he had that shirt on at the mini. He's like, I hope you're not going to be upset with me with the shirt I got on. And I'm like, no, I'm not, but JR might be a little jealous.
No, I didn't even know he got a sweatshirt.
Oh, I got a sweatshirt. I got coffee mugs that's got the little guy on the bottom of it with the beard and the sunglasses on.
Flag, and I didn't even know this.
And with Dave's questions about union kickback.
Well, I mean, it wasn't Mattos Designs related, so it was personal related. So, there's a lot of stuff I get that I keep to myself from people on occasions.
Oh, you're fired. There's no such thing as secrets between you guys.
Oh, hi, honey. Yeah. Oh, I was leaving anyways. So,
Yeah, please turn off the Zoom when you get that phone.
I will. Yeah, I'll move over to the recliner and shut you guys out. So.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
No, I mean, no. It's nicer to talk when you're in a relaxed state, right? So, because she's going to tell me about her day, so she'll be going on for a while.
Wow. I think she doesn't listen to this. This is great.
Oh man, she needs a manager, something fierce over there. She is just driving her, and then she's got her other 6 stores on top of it.
Let's hear more about that.
And then the Big Sky region, which is Wyoming and Montana, that she's got as well. So like 36 stores, so no big deal.
We're gonna learn everything.
So then we had Michael Simmons, and he did a class on community relations and promotion.
Somebody change the subject. Somebody change the subject.
And we had a Halloween roundtable. See how I'm changing the subject here?
Yeah, it was awesome. We were following along.
Yeah. So, and then the Halloween roundtable, and then was that the last like scheduled class? And then it was like the closing ceremony.
And Michelle Cracklow was supposed to present on LOR, but she got sick at the last minute. And David Peace filled in.
Oh, so he did his.
He did the
long range controllers. Yeah, it actually worked out nice because I had just done that presentation the week prior in SoCar.
So it was already ready.
It was already ready to go.
At the beginning of the
Now at lunch, David, you did your and Lee's trip to China video.
That's right.
As well. So a lot of people first time seeing that. I know you did it for VCS this past weekend, so that was really cool. A lot of people that weren't able to go to the minis and stuff were able to catch it on there. I did miss the second one because I had to go, but I did miss the second video.
So
is it the B-roll?
Oh no.
The B-roll video, the second video to the video. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a second video to the video.
You saw it's Jordan. This is B-roll. Jordan, this is B-roll. It's
yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think at VCS you broke the room, right?
Yeah. So the first room we had was maxed out pretty quick at 100, and then they, a bunch of people wanted to see it, so they moved it to the big room, and then we had another 130 or so watching it from there. So yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Very cool. So now that
it was an awesome video,
it's like movie premiere. So you took it to every mini and showed it off. Like when will it be on YouTube for general viewing?
Well, we have to do some more general edits. So the idea behind it, as you know, we weren't actually originally going to show it publicly, right? It was going to be kind of just in these private things, but Jordan did such a good job, and everybody really wanted to kind of share it. So we're going to make it public. He has to do some edits, so I don't know how long that'll take. He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
But in the next couple months.
Super amazing job with that.
Yeah.
I was folks with, who was it? Maybe it was Russell or something. It was like you did like the film festivals. Like you went to all the little film festivals before it actually was like, oh, it was cool enough to be in movies. So like you've been taking it to minis, like it was your little mini like film festival. And then
the nice thing about that too was it gave us a chance to answer people's questions, because there's a lot going on in those videos, right? So it was nice to be able to have a little bit of a dialogue with it too.
Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool video.
Yep.
I thought it was very interesting seeing stuff and noticing things in the background, because I sat next to Ken when I watched it at SoCal, and we were both pointing out things, be like, hey, I know that. What was that? Like,
yeah, that was, I think, the third time that Ken had seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noticing things in it, like, you see different stuff, but it's cool.
Yeah. I just actually noticed this on the last one because somebody had asked, me in our PCB factory, what, why didn't you show more of your factory? I'm like, well, quite frankly, we chose to move factories and because of this visit. And I didn't even notice until the video that I just showed in VCS. It zooms in on one of the boards, and I'm like, it's got a white silk screen on it. And this was the last round. This is like the third or fourth batch of boards they've done for us. The design has not changed, and they made it white. Like it's an obvious, like an obvious mistake.
Wow.
And again, one of the many reasons we no longer use them. But
That's funny though. You're like,
yeah.
oh, the video and and I was there, and we didn't tell them.
I didn't notice when I was there. That's the funny thing. We noticed when we got them in the mail, obviously, and we're like, what the heck is this?
No.
It looks like it's from China.
They were like, you were here, you approved.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just, I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm just reenacting the conversations I have all the time.
Well, you didn't say no.
True. So we did that, and then we did the prizes, which you got to see. If you were there, you got to see how athletic David was. He had to stall for time, and he was like, I'm going to throw these boxes.
Throwing presents at the empty boxes.
Gets the prize.
A few got kicked as well.
Yeah, well, because I yelled from the background. I was like, great, only the front row and stuff. And he tried hard. Funny.
I got a halfway to the back, I think.
Ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
40%.
35, but yeah, nobody was counting.
Your kick didn't even go as far as one of your throws. Just saying.
Oh, this kicks ass. What a cool Christmas present my mom got.
Well, that was in a sandal, though. I think his flip flop went further than the present. So
Did the flip fly off?
No.
No, it didn't.
I really hope there's film of that. I hope that video we just watched showed David's athleticism in boxing.
Athleticism.
A grunt with every throw.
Right.
It's just it ain't gonna work.
This is what we do at SoCal Mini.
I gotta say though, and somebody else mentioned this too, and when you're in the moment, you don't really notice, but so many people, because we didn't talk about Seth wrote the software for the raffles, which really went fantastic for a first go around, but he had his first brush with a production issue in front of 170 people where the database was down. And he handled that like a champ. Like it was very, very stressful situation.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. He was over there typing away, and it was only like 5, maybe 7 minutes. He had it up and running, maybe 10.
No, it was not that long.
Not even that.
Yeah.
No, it was
say
quick.
5 minutes he had it going.
Yeah.
Just long enough for David to entertain us.
Yeah.
To kick boxes across the room.
Literally.
No, Seth did an awesome job with that. So yeah, looking forward to seeing Rev 2 next year.
Yeah, and isn't that going to be available for everybody?
Yeah, so he's redoing it right now, and the idea is, and the reason they weren't on the badges was my fault, not Seth's, because he was ready. But everybody had their own QR code, and you'd scan the QR code with your phone, and it'd show all the raffle items. You'd choose which one raffles you want to enter, and then that's it. So there's no physical raffle tickets. And what's really cool about that is the raffle goes faster because it'll take you out, if you've already won, it'll take you out of future raffles. And then we can report back to the vendor who won specific prizes. We can, as a mini, see what are the raffle prizes that people are more interested in than other things, and try to really, because it needs to become more of a quality game, I think, than quantity at this point, because it just takes way too long, right? So we want to, maybe be a little bit more selective on the.
I beg with that, because
yeah,
I like the new people having a chance to get something.
So that's a really good point, though. So the idea is to have different groupings of people too. So you could actually have like the newbies group that could, win. They're the only ones that can win certain prizes.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Because I don't want to cut down on sending stuff and have left chances for the person that probably needs it the most.
Well, when you talk about, we don't want to raffle out 170 prizes. Like that's everybody would be very, very bored.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I'm not going to do that. That's, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the raffle went really well. And then that was it. We were done. And I think, because we watched the whole thing, and then we picked up our booth. And
amazing how fast everybody can
clean up as a general. Yeah, everybody was done super fast.
Yeah, it was.
So it was.
And then we were off to Mexican food, which I thought was pretty good.
Mi Guadalajara.
Guadalajara. Yep.
Yes.
And it was
awesome.
It was super close. And it was like halfway between my hotel and the venue. So it was like really perfect.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
But I didn't stay there that night, but that's a different story.
Anyway,
Anyway,
beautiful sunset that we got off the balcony. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was the Hura sunset.
Yeah.
Right, hurricane sunset. Yeah.
Right, everything. So the food was really good. It had a bar. Everybody got drinks.
I really miscalculated the drink situation.
I told you.
So, yeah, I bought what included with their dinner. I got drink tickets, and I was thinking that people would have an additional drink, and therefore we would hit our minimum to be at the location. And nobody bought drinks. And in fact, we had a lot of extra drink tickets.
I see everybody's loaded up on drink tickets.
But luckily, I hope they don't watch this. They did not actually charge us for the minimum, so that was good.
Yeah. David thought everybody was going to get hand-feed there and then drive back to their hotels or their houses. So
no, the reason it was chosen is because it was walking distance to at least 2 or 3 hotels. So that was the idea. But then I realized not everybody, a lot of people were going to Disney the next day.
Or home.
Or home, yeah.
Right.
I ended up with 3 drink tickets and 2 Bacardi and Cokes, or Bacardi and Pepsi. Oh God,
this Coke tastes like Pepsi.
It was so bad.
Still drunk,
but
still drunk.
I rode nights. I started to doze off, and then JR decides to start talking. I'm like, what what I miss?
Cecelia had her fair share of drinks. And then I was driving and I had 2 people like falling asleep on me.
Yeah.
Then
I mean, that truck, it just, it's a lot smoother riding than a Ford. So
that was happening. Jeez. Oh yeah, the Mexican restaurant was awesome. The dessert I thought was fun. It was.
Oh yeah.
They were like filled. Some of them had chocolate filling in them, so they had this like white cream sauce. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be hilarious. Right? It was actually not even my idea. It was Liz Miranda's idea.
What? We're gonna have words.
They were at my table and they were like, oh, and I was like, oh. And so I went to go get one. She went out there and she was gonna film it, right? And the idea was to try to get David to do like the Lady and the Tramp thing, eat the end of my churro.
All you can eat churro.
But because it was filled with cream,
we just got cream-filled churros.
I was literally trying to blow it out, filling out into his mouth to quit for it. It didn't work. The photo, I look funny because
your mama birding it to me,
bro. And David has an open mouth. It just, if it happened, it would have been epic. If the cream filling would have blown out of the churro into his face and mouth. But it didn't, and it just ended up with me looking dumb trying to blow on a churro.
Oh my God.
I think the way that JR says churro is my favorite thing. Because it's cheer. It's like churros. I'm cheery.
Does they not make you happy?
No, it makes me happy that you say.
Oh, does it make you happy when you eat a churro?
Yeah, of course.
You think about the way he says it while you're eating a churro?
Apparently.
I really like churros.
Still mad from Disneyland last year when he went and selfishly got a churro from himself and came back to us all sitting in seats waiting for fireworks. And I was like,
you misremember. I bought churros for everybody.
No. This is before
3 years in a row.
Oh, this is before it all started. You went and got yourself a churro and came back and sat for fireworks.
You're right. No,
I was like, that looks good. And I got up and I went and bought a churro for everybody.
Churros for everyone.
Oh, churros, the extruded cousin of the beignet.
Except for David, because he already had one. But then it was like he was mad I didn't get him one. Like he was done with his. With like, I don't have a churro. Everybody else is eating a churro. Look at JR holding extra churros for the guys on teacups. I'm going to take photos. And that's what happened. And it turned into a whole churro thing because David was mad he didn't get a free churro. Yeah.
There's actually more to that story.
So since we're done with the churro talk, Shane, excellent job with the SoCal
Somebody change the subject. Somebody change the subject.
holiday lighting enthusiast mini. It was awesome. Very well put together.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
A quick shout out. I know you did a ton of work. And of course, David Peace was there.
Damn!
But
He was there.
hey, you know why I called you. You know why I called you
for.
Dave in the group chat yesterday,
You son of a...
Saturday. You spelled my name wrong. That's why you got called Dave.
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you why.
Oh,
offline.
geez. Okay. Anyway, Shane, back to you. Anybody else that you want to give a shout out to? I know your wife wrapped all those presents. There was like 20 some presents that.
Oh, the ones that I kicked.
And David was just throwing in.
Yeah.
He's just throwing them
Right.
willy nilly.
Yep. No, that was all Cindy took care of that. My daughter Michelle kept the snack bar stocked and loaded. Cindy also bought all the snacks. So yeah, she helped out a lot with that. All the presenters, of course, did an amazing job.
Always
Staff at
thankful
the
for
convention center were great.
Ben and Nancy too. Every year they do the front registration for us, and they're
Since
always
year
so great
one.
to see.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's awesome. They've been there every year, greeting people and handing out the badges.
They're such a fun people. They couldn't
They're
be
awesome.
any more perfect to do the badges with. I loved Ben and Nancy. They're great.
And they're not even SoCal. They come all the way down from
drive
NorCal,
all the
just-
way down. Yep.
Yeah.
They're at least an hour and a half farther than me.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah, you guys did a great. Well, Shane did a great job. David, you did experience.
I was present.
You were
And of course, Jeff Holmes and the Haunt crew as well. It's awesome to have them out.
Yeah. And everybody who taught stuff, I think the classes, everybody was talking about how great they were. So it was a very cool event.
Yeah, a lot of people went into making that happen.
Oh, we got to talk about smell-o-vision too.
Oh yeah,
Light.
yeah. We had a lot of cool show and tell too.
Show and tell stuff.
Yeah,
That was probably one of the coolest things I've seen at a show and tell ever. Like, so Peter made this great, what is it? Naughty or nice, right?
yeah.
Naughty and nice P panel. And it literally you push the button and it will tell you if you're naughty or nice. And then it will give you a scent.
If you're naughty
Or nice.
it was really
And it
bad.
has a
I
front-facing camera too, so
yeah.
you see yourself on the panels.
You could do selfies with it. You had the naughty or nice. You had what else was on there? There was like
video.
4. Yeah.
So apparently
really
early versions were stinky cheese if you were naughty, and it was so horrible.
But how will they fare against the blinding stinky cheese bombs?
You had to swap it out for something less bad.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. And Paul Riddell brought the MIDI control
Oh, that was rad.
and a
was
few
so
other
cool.
things. I can't even
Oh, we
remember.
had
off
the
top of my head.
hologram
The
spinner.
spinner thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Haberman brought that. Yeah, that was awesome. That looked really cool. I've seen the videos of it, but it looked really cool in person.
Yeah. Much better in person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and we should go through everybody who had a booth there because you had Ken from Wired Watts, right?
Mhm.
Wired Watts,
You had
Minor.
Oh yeah.
Minor, your pixel store,
Yeah.
What is
Mattos,
what is Doug Reel's thing?
Inspire Light.
Inspire Light shows.
Reel was there. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
Jackie
Yeah,
with EFL.
Charlie's props.
Charlie's props.
Charlie's.
I met
Yep.
I met him up in at the Clap. He's a good guy. Makes Coro.
S4 had a small.
S4 temporarily had a booth and then they left early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the hurricane.
And then a guy named Lance with the plug shields. That was kind of
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah, he seemed to have a good time, even though we're not really his crowd per se, but he still had a bunch of people talking to him about it, and he looked like he had a good time there. No, I thought that was
Yeah, it looked like I wish I would have gotten a sample or something from him.
Yeah, he was a whole lot more business than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and everything. Didn't have his flip flops on like David and stuff. He was.
But yeah, it looked like a cool product. I might have to check those out.
Yeah. And then, what else was there in the vendor hall? Oh, Miner put up his electric tree, right?
Mm.
Oh yeah,
on the other side with
wraparound
with the P panels at the bottom.
Those P4 panels, yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Photo.
Ben and Nancy brought the Mickey topper from Light Fight.
Yep.
Or loser.
Yep.
Oh, and AJ was out. Forgot about that. Yeah,
AJ was there.
Oh
yep.
yeah.
And Andy Harbeck brought his Light Fight trophy from last year.
Yeah, we did have a Light Fight trophy there.
Yep.
Yay.
Little guys next.
Hey, SoCal.
I thought that was pretty cool.
And somebody made these awesome little trophies.
Oh, yeah. We better.
Our presenters got the Golden Pixel Strip Award. Yep.
I think it's gonna be official Golden Pixel Strip though. Like that's
Yeah.
all it. It's gonna just get fancier, like a Grammy or Emmy or whatever those things are.
Yeah.
Trophy every year, but it just looks shiny and fancy.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with something even cooler next year.
But yeah, it was an awesome event. You did a great job, Shane.
Thanks.
Definitely.
Appreciate it.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
It was very good.
David, you were there
I was present,
printing.
kind of.
I hope there's a video of this, but David was at a table in the back with a laser printer, not even like a portable printer, like a full printer.
Full on desktop, big.
At this point, I'm literally homeless, by the way. I just want to be very clear. Literally homeless.
You're living on the beach.
Oh,
Living-
You know Ron's gonna be putting ships and whales in your background and chicks jogging up and down the beach.
Oh, look at that.
Well, don't put nothing in Shane's background because he's traveling for work right now in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Not put nothing on his bed. No.
It looks like he came in, threw the bag down, fired up his laptop so we could do this podcast.
This was a good time.
Yeah. And then we're gonna have a whole nother episode, maybe with some of these guys, maybe not, about the Sunday SoCal event. It's kind of its own event. It's not really a SoCal event, but it's kind of I guess it is kind of a SoCal
The
event.
the after party.
An after party, which is
Yeah, everything's got an after party.
great fun. And there was a hurricane and an earthquake.
I totally missed the earthquake. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Me either.
I'm like, damn it, I missed another one. I slept through the one that
Happened.
was south of, in Montana here. I slept through that one. Never even knew about the one that happened over there. So
I can't even remember the last time I felt an earthquake.
I knew exactly when we were having it because it was right after we talked David into not chickening out on going on a ride of Guardian of the Galaxy, and we got on the ride, and then the ride looked all weird, and I was like, Cecelia looked at me, she's like, that was weird. I was like, yeah, that was weird, and then we got off, and we realized.
Oh, you too?
that ride was so moving right along. that ride was awesome.
Yeah, but that's a whole
I
nother
loved it.
Okay.
that because that's like that could take up a whole hour by itself. And the shenanigans that we were doing, and how we had two separate groups doing shenanigans at the same time, and it was great. It was fun.
But we weren't allowed to look at them.
Yeah, we were definitely not allowed to look at the other group or associate with them at all. So
Not at all.
They're like,
and we put people in that group, and then they got kicked out, and then had to come hang out with us. And then
that made me sad. I wanted to hang out with Mark. It made me sad. Even Liz was like, how'd you like the VIP tour? And I'm like, well, it was really awesome, but I missed Mark.
We probably went on more rides than you guys, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Because we were cranking with the hurt.
That'll be the next episode.
Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
We do.
yeah, we're good at that. Be like, we're gonna say that for the next time. Actually, it all out because like Obama gas could have been its own other episode.
Right.
That reminds me, before we end this, since we have David here looking a little irritated in his beach scene, maybe it's a little windy, but do you have a rebuttal for Obama gas, David?
I can't run. I'm wearing flip-flops.
So this is what I will say. When we were talking about going there and everybody was like, no, you don't want to go there. I'm like, all right, it's probably on a seedy part of town. It's probably kind of scary. Let's go do this. This will be funny. When I get there, there's no less than 12 felonies being committed around our car. we would have gotten killed. There would have been 37 witnesses, but nobody saw anything once the cops showed up. Literally would have died. So anybody saying that this was an overreaction was not there and did not understand that actual lives were in danger.
The severity of it all. Were you
Yes.
really yelling, abort, abort, abort?
I was yelling. Yes, I was yelling abort.
Abort! Abort!
And
Cheers.
Russell thought it was very funny to drive very, very slow. And it was not funny. It was endangering lives. So
Was there tears? I heard there was tears.
there was no tears. There was no tears.
Okay.
I was texting Minor, who was behind us in a big red something.
Charger. It's a car.
Charger, yeah.
It's a car.
And I was texting him, abort, abort, like don't come. And then he comes rolling up right next to us, and I'm like, oh God, this is bad.
They were showing me all. Ken and Minor were showing me those messages from you. Look how many of your abort, abort, abort. Because you were sending them to Ken too, who was not there. So
was I?
Yeah, apparently.
I sent it to everybody.
So,
It was really,
Oh,
really
man.
scary.
I
That is
so
that is
wanna
the
go.
most fearful I have been for my life ever.
So you're
I'm not kidding.
More so than St. Louis?
No, yeah, no, totally like imminent death. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh,
Imminent death at this place.
Are you gonna go with me next year?
No,
Yeah.
I'm
Say
I
yes.
will, I will
Say
look
yes.
I will look forward to the stories.
That's it. David's chickening out and going to.
We can't go behind the hotel. That's already out.
Yeah, I heard about that.
We did that.
We went behind the hotel?
This was in Florida, right?
No,
No.
Or
you
is
would
it something
think
else?
the story it's in Florida, but it's not.
Okay.
It's in South Carolina.
Okay. I'm out of the loop on this one.
Apparently on live PD all the time. And here's proof that nobody watches our show. Shane does not know about the Obama gas at all. It's okay.
It is a very, very dangerous gas station.
Shane, when you're in the hotel, go back
Okay.
a couple episodes.
Yeah, get to the.
It was
to
a good
catch up.
one.
I'll have to catch up.
So, but thank you guys. Thank you for putting on an awesome event. I had a great time. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely echo exactly what JR said. It was a blast. It was, I mean, so many nice people, reconnecting with, people that I've met the last few years being there, and then meeting new people, and then getting phone calls. Monday, I'm not even home yet. And I'm like, give me 24 hours. So, but yeah, it was really good time. So
So shameless plug though, we might as well do it while we're on here. Anyone in SoCal that has a venue that can hold 300 people, hit up Shane.
I thought we already decided we're going to JBL.
Well, I hope so. And it's not JBL. Pardon Cardinal.
it's what?
JBL owns.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
That's one of their
Hopefully-
products, maybe.
Yeah.
Hope we can make that work. Yes.
We'll get the details.
Yes, we're open to other ideas.
And also give Shane a hand on planning this thing, and don't leave it all up to him, because David's moving. And David, do you know when the Tennessee Mini is going to be?
There's two already, I think, that are there. So I'm gonna have to figure it out.
Be careful, Tennessee Mini guys. David's coming.
And I will not be helping. I am going to attend.
Yes, you will.
Suggestions.
Look, if you guys could just all wear flip-flops, that would be fantastic.
Is that what it takes?
Oh, we're gonna have to make some professional tire flippy flops.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. And
Brian's got to go.
I'm just dying for that phone call. Why hasn't she called me? No, seriously. If you are watching, you do like the podcast, please put a like on there. We had like 100 and some odd views and like 10 likes, 15 likes. So let us know that you're liking what we're doing. You know, JR and myself, and then the guests that we're having on. And Shane, we definitely got to have you on, because I don't know how many. I was thinking about this earlier. How many people outside of SoCal know the badass shit that you do? So, and Ron, don't edit that, because it is. Your volcano last year was incredible, and more people in the hobby need to know what you do for your haunt side and then switching over to your Christmas side. So we definitely got to have you on, because you do some amazing stuff.
Yeah, I think we've actually about that, Brian, but then we stopped doing this regularly.
Yeah.
Because Shane display is pretty epic. I have yet to see it in person, but I've only seen videos and the samples he brings to the SoCal Mini, and it's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The best part is the skeleton that holds up in and out.
Yeah.
His name is Bob, and yes, he loves In and Out.
It's like a bag of In and Out, since David didn't explain it well. He's like, you don't like the whole restaurant.
Yeah.
And then Thursday night.
Oh, my titties!
A couple Thursday nights. Opening season, opening game.
Couple. You don't even know what's going to air.
It is. It's September 7th at 7 p.m. on NBC. Anything else you'd like to know? Against Detroit. What's that? I didn't.
It might have already aired already, and I'm very sorry for your loss.
Oh no, we'll get this going. Listen, Dave, you can just see yourself out. Thanks for coming. We've enjoyed you somewhat. And David does not like to be called Dave. That's why.
You don't say that publicly. Now
Oh,
everybody's
yes.
going to do
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yes.
Our 212 subscribers are all going to send you a message saying, "Love you, Dave."
Hey, Dave.
Oh my gosh. Oh god.
We're taking it in the there's that many people that listen to us, and then that many people that listen to us to the end.
Yes.
Well, hey, we can do the Jeff Holmes thing. Everybody send David a text.
Oh,
saying,
there you go. His number is, hang on a second, 90. Oh no, that's JR.
Not even me.
Everybody watching,
408.
just send Dave a message.
Yeah. Message on Facebook and tell
You guys are the worst.
him Wimpy is,
We love you, buddy.
and just be like, Dave, why didn't you hang out more at Obama Gas? Why did you give up, Dave? Only person that message Bobby.
Super D. No, not Super D.
Bobby will definitely be doing it.
Oh,
Thank you, Bobby.
watch for new professional trier swag. We have this new great button-up shirt coming out. It
Is it Dixon?
It's got to be Dixon.
so you could see two Davids behind you and then one David in front of you. It's going to be a great shirt. A nice button.
Yeah, speaking of
Talking
which,
about the one that Ron did.
Somebody's got pictures of that.
Bernie did that shirt.
Or
Bernie
Bernie,
did,
yeah.
I think when I was in San Diego Airport, the parking garage, the shuttle driver recognized my Mattos shirt. Said, "Hey, man,
really?
cool shirt." Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was the skull with the Santa hat shirt.
He had Evos going in the bus.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're hoping by this Christmas, everybody knows what that skull is. We have some cool stuff. So
Cool.
Cool. Check that out. We'll put that on the Facebook page. I'm hoping. I guess I'm hearing this with you guys. So
Nope, gonna know this until it happens.
all right. Good times.
Well, Brian will know. But nobody else. And David's over there trying to figure it out. Why? What is this the whole time? Like, are we?
Wheels are turning.
I'm judging. I'm judging you silently.
Judgy Dave. Judgy Dave.
Should we wrap this up?
No, before Dave is not our friend anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I don't know if it's the color or the screen, or it looks like it's kind of turning red.
Getting a little
Is
red.
it maybe a little? Ron, can you kind of tone him down a little bit? He's starting to glisten a little bit. We don't need
Oh,
any
look over
glisten.
there. Look at that. What's happening in the water?
Look, there's your boy Peanuts, David.
I'm a Wendy's burger. All right. Well, thank you guys, and thank you for putting on an awesome event.
Yep.
And thank you, Bobby, listening to the end. Now you know how to pick on David. So
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming on.
If you call me Dave, I'm not going to the New York Mini, Bobby.
Shots fired. Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
Start out.
Bye.